Hello and welcome to another episode with the Tutor. This is Phyrexian Night School, and today I'm going to be going through just a few of the pulls that I got out of a case of what is probably the last case of Japanese Time Spiral Remastered on the market. I wound up opening our first box just to check and make sure that it wasn't a repack. Wanted to make sure that it hadn't been tampered with. Ordered it from Japan, found a seller who was willing to negotiate, and wound up picking it up for $1,500 including shipping. That means that the packs, or the case itself, each one of the boxes was $250, and I pride myself on being able to find deals. $250 undercuts the English version of the set by about $6 a box, and that doesn't include shipping for them. So at about $256, $257, about $260, plus tax, plus shipping, you can get an English version of Time Spiral Remastered. People are going after Chalice of the Void, Yawgmoth, a couple of other high-end cards like Vesuva. I went ahead and opened all the cards out of this first box and looked through it to get a chance to familiarize myself. Now, I wasn't really aware of what Time Spiral Remastered was. It's several sets that came out at times when I wasn't playing. I can definitely tell that there's an enormous amount of power in this set, and it's a specialty set. So doing the math that I do, I learned that the Japanese cards are no longer on the market. You just can't find them. And if you can, they're completely overinflated. To give you an impression, this is about a $50 to $60 card in English. It's about $70 to $80 for the non-foil in Japanese. And that's down from like 100, I don't even know, 20, 150 from people that just have one hanging in case somebody needs it. So Chalice of the Void here, this is a super powerful card. It's fantastic. Wound up pulling one of these as one of the time-shifted cards in the set. It's really good. Well, basically, what I'm trying to get out of this is that in every box there's 1 to 2, maybe even 3 foil time-shifted cards. Now, in English, this card is not worth very much. Maybe $1, maybe. That's saying a lot. As a time-shifted card, then the foil version of it might be worth a bit more because the foils were very rare, especially the foil time-shifted ones. You get only 1, 2, 3 maybe per box. So this card's not worth much. It's unfortunate. It's not nearly as powerful as Chalice of the Void, Yawgmoth, that kind of stuff. But then the foils of those being so limited, I did the math, and it would take approximately $100,000 in product. Now, you'd still wind up with product, but it's $100,000 that you would need in order to get a full foil set of the time-shifted cards. I believe there were 121 of them in the entire set. Now, you can get the non-foil for much less than that. However, the foil ones were rare enough that it was a very limited possibility of getting them. Now, to do some examples of like why I find value in this, at $250 I'm buying under market for the even standard English versions. There are no competitors selling Japanese versions, and if they are, they've got them marked up, so I can still basically just get my value when I'm reselling them for anywhere in between what the English ones are and then what the foil versions are. Then on top of that, the foil Japanese versions are now so limited, especially for these rarer sets, any of the specialty sets, any of the Modern Horizons, Double Masters 2022. Once the market sells out of the cases, the foil Japanese ones go through the roof. They get about a 50% markup compared to the English standard ones. So, for example, the Chalice of the Void, the card itself is, I believe, about a $250 foil. In Japanese, it's something closer to $500 to $1,000 because there just simply aren't any. And at that point, when you can dictate, whatever it is, you just need somebody who needs it enough that they're willing to pay that. So going through, I'm going to show you guys a couple of highlights of the first box. We've got a couple of really fantastic cards here. This is the other time-shifted foil, and it just looks phenomenal. just love how crisp and clear the old school lettering is. Here's a fun one. I thought that was some really nice art. This is an incredibly powerful card. Path to Exile as a time shifted. I mean, it's such a staple. Foil Cloud Key. If you're not familiar with Cloud Key, it's absolutely a fun card to have, especially in Spellslinger decks. Coalition Relic. This thing's not worth much, but, you know, for the early Mana Rock days, this thing's really neat. And the set is heavy with slivers. That's a really cool card, too. Beast Within, another staple. Stuffy Doll. I'm not going to wind up selling that because I used to have a Stuffy Doll back in the day, one of the originals, and it was just so much fun to vex other people with. Sorcerer Spyglass, one of my favorite cards, just because it's Pithing Needle, plus you get to see what your opponent has in their hand, and you get to see, then decide if you want to tank their shot. It's really great. The corner that says that the little tombstone to indicate that it has a graveyard play. It's really neat. Sarah Avenger, not worth much, but you know, if you're able to cheat a 2-cost card out onto the battlefield the first second turn, that's definitely a really neat one. This I just wanted to show off. This is not worth very much as a foil, but like, just look at those eyes, man. Oh, such a cool looking card. Treasure Cruise is a time shifted card. This is actually worth quite a bit of money comparative to the other standard ones. And then also in Japanese, Teferi as a foil mythic before he became his Planeswalker self. One of these, just, you know, old pack fresh cards. A Chroma. Got Fire Breathing. We've got Swarmyard. This card's amazing, especially if you're running Vermin decks. Just absolute treat for that. This guy's really cool. Slaughter Pact. This set had 5 cards that were specialty 0-cost cards that had to identify that they were black, which was basically their way of saying, hey, you know, do this thing, you get to do it for free, and then if you don't pay this cost, you lose the game. Lotus Bloom, which, I mean, probably the closest I'm ever going to get to a Black Lotus, but we'll see. Vesuva, absolute necessity if you're going to wind up playing the Merit Lage. If you're going to wind up getting Dark Depths out, you wind up needing this as part of the card combo. Pact of Negation. It's a 0-cost counter spell. If you're gonna go off of the really competitive stuff, this is a must-have. Tarmogoyf. I absolutely hate the Goyfs. I absolutely can't stand them. They're, to me, like, I know why they're valuable. I know why they're good cards, but like, I don't know. I just wish it did something else. And then of course Thran. Or sorry, Yawgmoth, Thran Physician. And this is, I mean, this card is a $40 card all day long by itself. In Japanese, that price goes up because there just aren't any. And then on top of that, if I can wind up pulling a foil one on the off chance, it is a $250 English foil, $500 to $750 Japanese. So that's what we're going for. Buy low, sell high. And I'm going to go ahead and go into opening this case. Let me get this out real quick. Anyway, I don't know if I'm getting many views on this channel, but what I do know is that if you were watching any of my previous videos, basically the best of the best was the $80 collector booster packs, collector booster boxes off Rakuten, rakuten.co.jp. $80 for collector booster boxes, 12 packs of Forgotten Realms, Adventures in Forgotten Realms. I was telling people about that, and I know I don't have anybody who's subscribed, but $80 for a collector booster box is, it's just essential. Here we go, Pact of the Titan, that's good. Don't know who that is, but I'll take any of the old school gold cards. I love them. And one of these guys. But yeah, the hot deal right now is, if you know about Innistrad, Crimson Vow, or Midnight Hunt, collector booster boxes of those are $130 right now. And you can pick those up, including shipping, for $130. And also collector booster boxes on TCG Player for Battle for Baldur's Gate have hit $130, and you can get up to about 4 at a time of those right now, and that's actually a pretty good deal, especially if you're still trying to get any of those Ancient Dragons. Now, I got a complete set of the Ancient Dragons by myself. Wound up getting the Japanese showcase art ones, so I wound up picking up a set of 5 of those for about $70 total. He's a classic. Oh yeah, Itali Primal Storm. Oh, that's a great card for spell slinging. He's trample, I believe, and whenever he does, whenever he attacks, you get to go fishing for free sorceries and instants. It's, oh, he's so brutal. 6/6 dinosaur. I love all these old cards. There's so much good tribal stuff in here. Not a lot of vampires, but a lot of zombies, a lot of slivers. The slivers just get so much love in this set. There's a lot of really cool aberration type things from some of the wildest parts of the Magic Plains. Oh, that's a neat card, but it's not worth very much. Oh yeah, Thoughtseize. Yeah. And this came out in Double Masters 2022, and it's not worth much in the Double Masters as a common card. As a time-shifted card, it's much more rare in this. Foil one of these goes for quite a lot. I think this might be a $10 card by itself in the Japanese, but it's, I mean, you know, it's a fantastic card. All right, and one of the best cards in the entire set. Singing Spirit Guide. Exile it from your hand, get a red mana. Tier 0, turn 1, turn 0, win decks. Use that quite significantly to help bolster mana and get things rolling. I only learned about that recently, and I didn't even realize that it was such a good card. I pulled it from the list, and was actually really surprised that it was so good. This is actually a lot of fun. He's a 1/1 for 3, which is okay. You tap him, and then you exile him and another target thing. Oh, hey, that's good. Is that a mirror entity? Oh, neat. Oh, look at that. I mean, that's what we're here for. Ooh, the colorless sliver. Nice. I'm going to only open one of these boxes because I'm saving the rest of them for hanging out with some friends. We're going to wind up doing Commander Draft, I think, if we can pull it off. Good times. A lot of Myconids. Elf Love in this set is off the chain. It's so good. And if you get Boom and Bust, that's a really great card. It's Partial Armageddon. You can go low, go high, either one. Winds up blowing up a ton of lands. That's a really good card. Oh, this is alright. It has Flying, I believe, and then Delve. Hey, I don't know what that guy is, but oh, it looks like something Rakdos. Rakdos charm? Yeah, probably. Cool. I can only partially read Japanese. I took a couple of classes in it, but didn't wind up becoming fluent. The French cards, that's a different matter, but taught myself Latin in high school from learning French and the etymology of the English language, and was able to read in 8 different languages by the time I graduated high school. Well, all Romance languages, obviously, but anything that I could wind up parsing. So I've been trying to learn about the etymology of Japanese, and it doesn't actually help read it. It looks like Soken's the artwork for Soken's. Oh, nice. That's a good card. Oh, is that Extirpate? Yeah. Extirpate's great in draft. Go through your opponent's hand, library, graveyard, and just get rid of all of one card. Now, it's good in Commander because it's only 1 black, but yeah, I'm almost completely positive this is not worth anything. But look at that art. It's so cool. It's like some old 1980s, 1990s Doom style art. Good times. You got the stuffy doll in the pack. Man, what a great set. What a great set. There was way too much product on the market at the time. So right now, the packs are somewhat inexpensive, $10 a piece, which is okay. And it's pretty much the last of the standardized foiling season, or not season pyromancer. It is a pyromancer, but I don't remember what. But this guy's fantastic. 3 cost, 1/1. Tap him to do 1 damage to anything. I pulled that before. I don't remember what that is. I'm not sure what that is either. Oh, that's really cool. Man. But basically, foils are 1 every 3 to 4 packs. Then you get regular slotted foil commons, regular slotted foil uncommons, foil rares, about 1 per box, foil mythics, 1 per box. And if you get a foil rare and a foil mythic, 1 each, that's really good. And then you get I think 1 to 2 foil time shifted. I pulled this as a foil, and it looks fantastic. It's so freaking gorgeous. Oh, Sarah Avenger, nice. Hey, I don't know what you are. Again, I am not familiar with this set. I didn't play at the time, and I've got to go through and translate most stuff. So I know quite a few of the cards, even just from back in the day. You know, because some of them are even reprints. But oh man, part of my love for going through this is discovering new cards. Because you know, a lot of this is meant for draft. Well, it means it's going to be really good to create cubes with. Just super fun. I mean, just trashy commons that are still OP AF. And then gonna put most of it up for sale. Oh man, I know what that is. Oh, Cloud Key, nice. Pan Harmon, no, I don't know what that is. Foil Pact of Negation. That is worth a fucking ton. That is a card to pull. I'm not sure how much that is. That might be 80 or 90. I'm not positive, but it's gonna be something. It's gonna be something very, very tasty. Oh, look at that. Keep hunting for deals, and if you're okay with translating, if you're okay with scanning and reading your cards, you know, in time, it's worth getting a second language in you. Japanese isn't a bad pick. It's a lot of fun over there. You know, just about anything really. And I mean, to learn a language. Now this card's stupid. It's absolutely terrible. But if you look closely, it's every single one of the art pieces of the Urza series. So each one of these is the power cores and other kinds of stuff throughout the entire picture. Pongify, nice. But yeah, if you, oh, there we go. That's a good throwback. Suspend 4 for 1 red and a colorless. But yeah, the promotion to be able to read the cards is part of the reason why the market dies. So when somebody goes and they go, hey, I'm going to go pick this up. This is the 3/3 creature that I'm going to use for Pongify. I can't read this anymore. What do I do with this? Well, technology has now advanced as far enough that you can basically scan these. But if you have anybody with older collections that don't know how to scan, or they don't know the scanning technologies have advanced as far as they have, they're not going to download TCG Player. They're not going to download MTG Scan from Dragon Shield. And you wind up with people who basically just throw this stuff away or trade it off for next to nothing because no one can read it. I mean, I've heard about people, you know, selling incredible rare cards at thrift shops because they just can't read them. And you go in and you find out, hey, you know, it may not be worth a fortune. You know, maybe they didn't have any good pulls, but you will wind up with a couple of good cards getting undervalued because the person doesn't have the knowledge of context of how much the cards are worth. And I found out here, oh man, another one. Hell yeah. Oh man, it's great. I mean, this is going to be a 10-cent card, 15 cents in Japanese, 20 cents maybe $1 in English foil, and then 50% more than that at least in Japanese. But I found a box of about 50 cards at my local swap meet out here where I'm living, and I wound up getting a great henge in it, and I picked it up for $10. Sweet Spirit Guide. It also had Olivia Valderin, not mobilized for war, but back when she was actually worth about $50. Pulled her out of it. Wound up getting a whole bunch of other stuff that was just incredibly handy. And you can't tell yet, but I think there's going to be something good here. Yeah, Swarmyard. Nice. Don't recognize that. I'll have to look it up. Hey, sweet. Oh, I don't care if that's worth a lot of money. Look at that. That's... Oh, it covers the whole thing. Oh, yeah. That's a great card. It's going to make somebody happy if it doesn't make me happy. But yeah, you know, sometimes you got to take chances on what you pick up to see if there's anything you might gamble on. I picked up a box that was unlisted contents of Aether Revolt, and it was just a bunch of commons and uncommons, just a mess. Nothing real valuable. But you know what? I wound up getting a demonic tutor out of it, I believe. Not whatever the 4-cost one is. She's really awesome. She gives you 2 red mana at the start of combat, I believe, and then she taps for green. Hey, yeah, there we go, Phyrexians. Nice. I mean, I don't even know what that card is, but look at that. Look at that art. That's so terrifying. It's so good. We're almost halfway done. And, you know, if you're trying to think about whether or not you want to get Time Spiral Remastered, consider this. Standard may not be dead. It It may not be dead, but it's dying. Because you get to play all these cards, all your shitty cards, in your 100 card deck if you play Commander. If you play Standard, yeah, Pauper's cute. People love Pauper. But the thing is that Commander lets you be Pauper without having to be, you know, an asshole about it. These cards are like mana batteries. You get a colorless to tap, comes into play untapped, pay 1, get a charge counter, basically lets you soak it up, and then you can pay 1 and you don't have to tap it to remove any number of charge counters from it to get green or red, which is really handy. It's basically like old school mana batteries, but it's a mana sink for you. Boom and bust, I think. I think that's what that is. Oh, hey, look at that. That's really cool looking. Giant spiders. But if you're going to wind up playing with this, if you wind up getting some Time Spiral Remastered, I mean, you can't really make it make sense that you go back and buy the original Time Spiral. That's an awesome looking card. And so this is a good complementary deck. I mean, you can get boxes of 36 packs for $2.50. You can play draft with your friends, and if you don't have friends, oh, Chroma's Memorial, yes, oh, terrific. Hey, that has 3 options. I don't know what it is, but if it has 3 options, it's blue and it's time shifted. I'm sure it's cool. Well, playing draft is basically playing, or if you play sealed, it's basically playing Magic on hard mode. You don't know what you're going to get. You got to stick with whatever it is that you do wind up pulling. And on the off chance that you wind up getting, you know, a couple of cards, you don't really know which way it's going to go. You don't have any idea which way it's going to go. And the fact of the matter is that that's part of the fun, is just relishing in the delight of playing a shitty hand, playing a shitty deck every once in a while, you know. Not everything needs to be a turn 1 win. And not every pack needs to be something so profoundly obscene that you wind up being able to steamroll everybody. This is a great card. What do we got? Nice. Yeah, look at that. I mean, just the old foiling process before the new Pringles. It still looks fantastic. But I'm a huge fan of getting into trouble with your friends. Got a couple of guys that we're going to wind up taking one of these boxes and dividing into 3 to make Commander Draft. So 12 packs each to put something together. That way we almost guaranteed to get a legendary card. Oh, Joyra. Nice. She gets a lot of hatred. Oh, nice. Yes. He's also not worth much. I mean, he's worth something in this set, but he's been reprinted so many times in Commander. But same with Joyra. Like, Joyra's been reprinted so many times. Uh-oh, this feels thick. But she's a fantastic card, and, you know, the new one is incredible. I highlighted her in my previous video on the Dominaria United, and that one's just sickening. Just absolutely incredible, you know. Basically lets you leapfrog with your artifact decks. Good times. Oh, terrific. Oh, man. He's not worth much, but he's a cool card. Oh, that's a great card. That's a great card. Got a buddy who kicks the shit out of me with this. And basically what it is it's 3/2 Death Touch, I believe, for 5. But you can pay 1 black and 1 colorless to bring it into play and immediately sacrifice it. And when it comes into play, you destroy another target creature. So basically, if you can bring it back from your graveyard turn after turn, you've got 1 card that'll basically annihilate something on the board every time it comes back. It's pretty handy. I'm trying to remember if it's Marin. I think it's Marin. He's got a Marin deck. And Marin gives you experience counters that let you bring back, at the end of your turn, you bring back a card from your graveyard that costs less than the number of experience counters you've got. And then if not, then you can just return a card from your graveyard. Love it. Return a card from your graveyard to your hand. He's not worth much, but he's really cool. Oh, cool. Rats. Yes. Oh, just so much love for these old, scary-ass cards. Here's the sliver cover art. It also looks really cool. But yeah, Graveyard Hate is a 4-letter word to him. So I played Ashiok, the War of the Spark Ashiok, and he almost got into a fist fight with me because I forgot about the secondary ability to exile target player's graveyard for 1 loyalty counter, and she also makes it so that you can't search your library or your graveyard, and just locks him down completely. Oh, nice. That's fantastic. I think it's Venser, Shaper Savant, maybe. Unfamiliar with that, but that's really cool looking too. One of the things that I love about Japanese sets is that the tokens always look so stylized. Now, they're not any different than the English versions, but for whatever reason, there's just something about the way they're highlighted. That's a great card. I like that a lot. Prismatic Star. I mean, it's okay in a pinch. I love this. This guy's basically, I mean, what's he doing? Is he getting ready to leave this guy in a fight? He's just leaving him behind. Like, got an escape route. Oh, terrific. Absolutely terrific. Some kind of Cathar. I don't know what that is. Hey, neat. Good times. It's the first one of those I've pulled. That's saying something, because usually when you get rare tokens, it's the emblems, that kind of stuff, but it's a 2/2 something. Probably a vampire. Who knows? There's so few vampires in this set. I'm okay with that. I have more Midnight Hunt and Crimson Vow than God knows what to do with. I mean, make an infinite-sized deck and you still have extra cards. I can't figure out if that's supposed to be like a Starro type creature or what. Oh, good times. That's alright. Hey, that's a fucking great ass card. Good times. Alright. Almost through the second stack of these. Man, just the artwork's so much fun. You know, it's funny now that they've got so few, that's a great card. So few boosters in the packs. Box opening videos are super short. That's a great card. Suspend 3, I think, or maybe, no, I'm not sure. Another Vidalkin. Ooh, hey, that doesn't matter. That's a great looking card. The foil slivers are money. All right, last pack on the stack for this. The last third. Goodness. Yeah, these are going to be great to play with. Great card in a pinch. Hey, I know what that is. What is is that? The Arbor Dryad, the 1/1 land creature, taps for green, comes into play. You can get it for 0. Oh, nice, fantastic. And then, you know, the set's got a guy who creates 1/1 elf mana dorks as tokens. It's so disgusting. It's so overpowered. Goodness. All right, we haven't really had anything big yet, so my guess is that this is about to get crazy. We haven't pulled a time-shifted rare or time-shifted foil yet, and haven't pulled a foil rare. I don't think. I don't know. I can't remember anything. It's the problem with talking and doing stuff. Trying to. Oh, he's a lot of fun. He delves, and he's got flying. That's it. Yes. What is it? Idyllic Sanctuary? No. It's a land that taps for blue. It does not. It comes into play tapped unless you have 3 islands, and if it comes into play untapped, you get to go into your graveyard and get an instant or sorcery card and put it in your hand. And I have that. I've got a newer version of it. This version, I'm probably going to wind up swapping it out and keeping this card and selling the other one. But like, this is absolutely one of the best island-oriented cards. It's just, it's a treat. You know, you don't bring it out right away unless you're hurting for land or hurting for mana, especially in Spellslinger decks. It's worth the wait to get back something like Serum Visions or something. Something cheap. Brainstorm. Let's see here. Ooh, nice. Oh, Pact of the Titan. Nice. Oh, hey, cool. Wasteland. I believe it's a desert basic land, and it just taps for a colorless. That's it. It doesn't do anything else. It's just fucking just a generic ass colorless land, but still amazing. But yeah, if you guys are looking for deals, I try to keep an eye on the pricing as things go up. Right now is a great time to buy singles. It's a great time to buy singles of Dominaria United. I mean, just if you're just looking for the cards themselves, that's a great card. Oh, nice. Good times. Yeah, cool. Beautiful. But packs right now are actually one of the very, very best deals that you can get, which is worth holding on to. The Dominaria United pre-release packs are under $20 now, if you can find them. And the pre-release cards are not selling for shit. So now is a good time to pick them up for things like Cruelty of Gix, anything that's going to wind up being overpowered. I have a good feeling that the pre-release cards are going to wind up going way up in value. But they're under $20, and they come with 6 draft packs. They come with a dice. They come with a pre-release card, which if you wind up, you know, getting any of the really good ones, they're definitely worth hanging on to. Nice. Oh, cool. And foil rare. Oh, look at that lightning. Terrific. A 6/1. Don't even know what it goes to, but I'm going to find out. So create yourself a 6/1 token. Oh, okay, sure, thank you. Will do. Yeah, I stopped playing right around the time that the Slivers came out. Back in the day. Back in the day. I don't know, I just wasn't into Visions, and I wasn't really happy with the fact that, you know, the people that played were just I mean, in the area that I was from, that's really awesome. This guy's fucking awesome. As a commander, he's such a fun guy. It's black and a red and X. He's a 2/2, and he comes into play with X +1/+1 counters on him. And then if you pay 2, you can pull something from your graveyard that costs less than the number of +1/+1 counters on him to the battlefield. It's over the top. Coming down to the last 7 here. I really like this art. But yeah, Dominaria United collector booster boxes are about $220 right now, which is good because people weren't really sure if it was a regular set, which it is. It's a regular expansion. It's not double masters. It's not premium product. So it actually shouldn't have been $250, $280. Oh, nice. He's really good. He's not worth a whole lot, but he's a fantastic card. Unsure what that is. Huh. I'll have to look it up later. So the funny thing about it is that at its lowest, Sheoldred textured foil was at $50, and that's the highest value card in the set. So there's really not anything that's going to get you that $220 back or more. You're basically going in for the cards for the premium product of the collector's boosters, having, you know, all foil commons, all foil uncommons, yada yada yada. And because they started doing the textured foils and uncommon slots, like, the textured foils aren't worth shit. So nice. That's cool. So Dominaria United's a weird one. I've got a feeling that the Dominaria Remastered set that's going to be coming out is going to be a premium product showcase of some older cards, very similar to Time Spiral Remastered, and we're going to wind up getting a lot of textured foils of cards that will steal the value from the rares, steal the value from the mythics of those textured foils. And it's, I don't know, there was a greater touch to... Oh, nice. Yes. That's a great card. Absolutely brutal. That's also really cool. Good times. But if you're gonna try to get pound for pound the best value for your buck, honestly, Crimson Vow and Midnight Hunt are two of the best card sets that you can buy into because of the lands. Those lands are constantly going up. The foil full art versions of them are $20 to $30 each now, and even the regular ones are now selling for $10 flat, for just because they're you know, in Commander they're absolutely necessary. Oh, nice. Good times. Hey. Another goblin. All right, 3 packs left. Let's see if we can bring it home, because right now we are hurting. This is not the box I thought it would be. I mean, unless there's value here that I just don't know about, which, I mean, to be fair, is a thing. It's part of the reason why I say I love being wrong so much I do it every day. There's a foil in here. Oh, nice. Not worth a lot, but again, if you're not trying to play a tier 1 deck, this is fantastic. There you go. That's cool. Oh, nice. I mean, Olivia Voldaren, Crimson Bride, or Olivia Crimson Bride has fallen off. You can get the best version of her for, I think, about 15 to 20 bucks right now. What everybody's doing is, if you're actually looking for a good place to invest money, go get boxes of double feature foil rares, foil mythics, and if you can wind up getting any boxes of it in Japanese, are through the roof. The Meat Hook Massacre is a $250 card in foil. Ooh, nice. Other stuff, y'all. I'm unsure. I think that might be the overload costs. Destroy all artifacts. So it's pay 1, destroy an artifact, pay 5, and get destroy all artifacts, but I'm not positive. Alright, let's see what the last pack has. But yeah, double feature is where it's at. The foil, because, you know, that was supposed to be a premium product, but, you know, Wizards basically cheated everybody out of what it could possibly have been. And I can confirm that it is alternate art. It is not just grayscale. It was touched up specifically by artists to make it so that it was still seeable, you know, enjoyable in its black and white mode. But like, they didn't change any of the art. So, all right, what do we got? Oh, Zulaport Cutthroat. Hey, that's gonna be something. May not be worth much, but it's sure pretty. Yeah. All right, well, I have 4 more boxes. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I really appreciate you guys taking the time to go through this, listening to me. Like I said, if you guys are looking for deals, I'm always on the hunt, so if you tune in, maybe I'll have some good advice for you for places to put money other than Bitcoin. So I'll talk to you guys later. This is the Tutor, and I am closing the session.